So now let's move on to the human sciences. The human sciences contains different categories, including anthropology, sociology, psychology, and so much more. But right now we're just going to focus on psychology. Because in psychology, there is a theory that everyone is either stronger in their left brain or their right brain. So let me describe the difference between the two. Now picture this. Our brain, about yay big, is separated by the longitudinal fissure, which would be the middle part, and it separates our brain to two cerebral hemispheres. So let's start with the right brain. Right-brained people are more subjective, thoughtful, and intuitive. A lot of people claim that right-brained people have a more interest in things like art, literature, and writing, music, and so forth. Now, the left-brained, on the other hand, is thought to be a little more logical, analytical, and objective. A lot of their interests include math or science.
Alright, so here's a nice diagram that shows us some specific characteristics that left-brained and right-brained people have. To determine which half or hemisphere you use the most is actually by your hands. So those that are right-handed are left-brained, and those who are left-handed are right-brained. So as you can see, it's the opposite. Although we use both hemispheres of our brain, the half are stronger and often affects our personality and the way we think, like I said before.
So how does this theory of being left-brained or right-brained have any effect to our question? Well, according to the theory, it affects the way that people analyze things. So when people are looking at a specific piece of artwork, they're going to analyze them totally different compared to someone who is left-brained or vice versa.
Right, so let's look at the central painting called Hercules in Omphale by Francis Boucher. If we were left-brained, we would look at this in a more logical manner, as in the subject matter, the techniques, important details, and the message. That would be their first impression and mission to look for. Therefore, it makes them first notice the action of the painting rather than the emotion, creative skill level, and seeing the piece at whole, which is what the right-brained people tend to do when they first look at a painting. This explains why most art critics are right-brained. Hence, their opinions differ from the public or others who are more left-brained. This doesn't mean that all art critics are left-handed. Some people can be right-handed but use more of their right hand. Same goes with the public. But if you put the opinions of the people that are left-brained, they're more likely to notice just the subject matter and what's going on in the piece rather than the creative element and emotion. Thus, this affects the rating of the painting and if it's erotic or not.